when we talk about 2 and 20, what that is actually a compensation scheme, which is a 2% of the AUM fixed fee and a 20% of the profits in addition on an annual basis. And it's sort of a catch-all to refer to a number of these sort of sophisticated private fund type structures that all basically charge something close to that 2 and 20 fee structure. And so that includes hedge funds, private equity, venture capital, private credit, all of those different opportunity sets or asset classes are typically structured in that 2 and 20 way. And I think the challenge with 2 and 20, particularly from the perspective of a taxable investor, is one, only the richest get access to those because of restrictions that are put into place where you either have to be accredited or most often actually qualified to get into those big institutions. So the vast majority of investors don't have access to them because of the regulatory constraints. And then the second thing is the fee structure and the tax inefficient fund structure combined makes for a much less efficient way for investors to get access to that exposure. So I'll just give you a very simple example. Standard hedge funds, they'll target, let's say, a 10% gross of fees returns, right? That's a good, consistent, you're not taking too much risk return. So if you take that 10% fee, or if you take that 10% gross return structure, you charge 2 and 20 for the fees. Now we've gone from 10 to 6. Then the government, the tax man, he's going to take 50% of that, right? Because you're probably in the top marginal tax bracket, and those funds are structured as ordinary income. So now you're down to 3. Your advisor is going to take 1, give or take. That puts you down to 2. And often for smaller scale investors, even relatively wealthy investors, they're using a platform of some sort that's also on top of it going to take, let's say, 50 basis points on top of it, right? So what have we done? We've gone from 10 to 6 to 3 to 2 to 1.5. And you're like, holy crap, everyone in this world is getting paid based on this structure other than the person putting the money on the line, right? And that is the fundamental problem of the industry.